Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of electric network. In the last lecture we discussed Z and Y parameter, that is impedance parameter and the admittance parameter. Today we will see some problem on that, and if time limits permits we will see the H parameter and T parameter also. So before coming to problem, first we will see the condition for symmetricity and reciprocity, right? Means if for a network Z parameter is given like Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22, then what are the conditions for its reciprocity and symmetry? Right. Now for a network, if Z parameters are given like this, then this network will be symmetric if Z12 is equal to Z21 for symmetricity Z11 should be equal to Z22, and for reciprocity means whether this network is reciprocal or not. Now to justify it must this network to be reciprocal, Z12 must be equal to Z21, right? Means this network will be symmetric if Z11 is equal to Z22, and it will be reciprocal if Z12 is equal to Z21. Now for admittance parameter, if it is given like this Y21 and this is Y22, right? Now this network will be symmetric if Y11 is equal to Y22 and it will be reciprocal if Y12 is equal to Y21, right? Means if a network is given and whose Y parameters are given like this, then that network will be symmetric if it satisfies this condition, means Y11 is equal to Y22, and that network will be reciprocal if it is satisfied Y12 is equal to Y21 relation, right? Okay, now we will do a problem. Our today's first problem is, if the network is given like this, this is 1 farad, this is 1 farad, and this is 1 Henry, right? And the question is find Z parameter, right? Now if the question is in answer is in S domain, now this is time domain. First of all we will convert these parameters or these values into S domain. So S domain equivalent of this 1 Henry will be simply S, and S domain equivalent of this 1 farad capacitor will be 1 by S. Similarly this will be 1 by S, isn't it? Now recall yesterday that this is the standard form, that is pi model or the pi network for Y parameter. It simply means that we can write the Y parameter for this network easily, right? So for that what we have to do, we have to draw its admittance form. Now this S is impedance. If gets converted in admittance, it will be 1 by S, and this 1 by S will become S, and this will be S. Right. Now this is in admittance form and pi model, a standard model, standard network. So its Y parameter can be written easily. Its Y parameter will be what? This plus this, 1 by S plus S, right? And this will be minus 1 by S, minus 1 by S, and this will be 1 by S plus S, isn't it? So how easily we write the Y parameter of this circuit. Now to find Z parameter, we know that Z is equal to Y inverse. We have already calculated the Y parameter, so to find Z we will take the inverse of this matrix, isn't it, which is nothing but the S plus 1 by S minus 1 by S minus 1 by S, and this is again 1 S plus 1 by S. This is inverse. Now its inverse will be nothing but, now this is a 2 by 2 matrix. Now to find the inverse of that 2 by 2 matrix, we simply interchange A by D and D by A, and it changes the sign of B and C, right? Means this will come here and this will come here, and will change the sign of these two, and will divide by module determinant of this. This is the short trick to find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix, right? Means this, and this will become 1 by S, and this will become 1 by S divided by mod of Y, mod of this Y, right? This Y. Clear? This is nothing but basically the adjoint of this matrix, right? Now what will be mod Y? Simply mod Y will be this into this minus this into this, means S plus 1 by S whole square minus of 1 by S square. This is mod Y. So our Z will be S plus 1 by S, 1 by S, 1 by S, and S plus 1 by S, and this whole divided by this S plus 1 by S whole square minus 1 by S square, which will comes out as S square plus 1 by S into S plus 2. Now this S or this S is not different. Okay, let me rewrite it as S square plus 1 by S into S square plus 2, and this will become 1 by S into S square plus 2. This will be 1 by S into S square plus 2, and this will be S square plus 1 by S into S square plus 2. This is our Z. See what we did? First of all, this is in impedance form, and the question was asked to find the Z parameter. We first calculated the Y parameter and taken the inverse of that. For that calculation of Y parameter, first we transformed it in admittance form, and this is the standard form for calculation of Y parameter. So we wrote easily the Y parameter of this and taken the inverse of that, which will give our Z, right? Let's take another problem. Right, consider this circuit. This is 0.1 farad, this is 3 ohm, I2, this is V2, V1 plus or minus 4I2. Right, the question is find Z parameter. Right, basically the question is find Z parameters as a function of S. Means we have to find the Z parameter in S domain. Now for that, what we will do, first of all we convert this into Laplace domain, and in Laplace domain the circuit will become this will become V2S, this will become I2S, this will become 10 by S, this will 3 plus or minus 4I2S, this is V1S, I1S. Right, now this is in Laplace domain, and now we have to find the Z parameters for this. Now recall what were the relations for Z parameters. Our relations were Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2 and V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. Now if I make I2 is equal to 0, then we can we write the KVL in this loop, input loop. It will become minus V1S plus 4 I2S plus 10 by S into I1S is equal to 0. Now as we have made I2 is equal to 0, so this term will become 0. So V1S will become 10 by S I1S, and V1S by I1S will become 10 by S, and this is nothing but our Z11 of S, isn't it? Also from secondary we can write V2 of S is equal to 10 by S I1S. How? Because if I2 is equal to 0, then this will cancel out, this will get short circuited, because this is a current dependent voltage source, and if I2 is 0, so there will be no voltage drop across this, and this will act like a short circuit. So whatever V1 will just appear here, right? And the current flowing through this is what? I1S. Why? Because I2 is 0 and this is open circuited, no current will flow through this, so all the I1 will flow through this, and the voltage drop across this is 10 by S multiplied by I1S, right? So V2S by I1S is equal to what? 10 by S, and this is nothing but our Z21S, isn't it? Now if I1 is equal to 0, then writing KVL in this loop, we will have minus V1s plus 4 I2s, right? Voltage drop across this, because in this case I2 is not 0, plus 10 by S I2s, because I1 is 0 and whatever current flowing through this will be I2s. This will be equal to 0, and from here our V1s by I2s will be nothing but 4 plus 10 by S, which after simplification will become 4s plus 10 by S, and this is nothing but our Z12s, isn't it? Also minus V2s plus 3 I2s. Now I am writing KVL. Basically this is coming from this, I am writing KVL in this loop. So minus V2s plus 3 I2s plus 10 by S I2s, right, is equal to 0, and from here our V2s by I2s will be equal to 3 plus 10 by S, which is our, after simplification will become 3s plus 10 by S, which is nothing but our Z22s. So we calculated all the 4 Z parameters in S domain: Z11s, Z21s, Z12s, Z22s. So Z of S will be Z11s 10 by S, Z12 4s plus 10 by S, Z21 10 by S, Z22 3s plus 10 by S, right? This is our Z parameters for this network. Clear? Now let's take next example. So consider this circuit. In this question we have to find the Y parameter, right? Consider this circuit. This is 4 ohm, this is plus or minus 4 V1, this is current source 0.2 V2, and this is 2 ohm, right? This is our I2 and this is V2. This is our I1 and this is V1. The question is find Y parameter. Now recall yesterday's class. What were the relations to describe the Y parameter? The relations were I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2, and I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2, right? Now if V2 is equal to 0, now if V2 is equal to 0, then the circuit will become this will remain. Now since this is a current source depending on the voltage V2 and if V2 is equal to 0, so the value of this will be 0. So a current source with 0 value will be represented as open circuit, isn't it? And this voltage source will remain as it is. This is I2, this is 4V1, right? And V2 is equal to 0 means we are basically short circuiting this output terminals, isn't it? So in that case, now after short circuiting this output terminal, a current will flow through this, circulate in this direction, right? And this current I will be what? 4V1 by, this is 4 ohm, 4V1 by 4, which is nothing but V1. And since this I is nothing but minus I2, so V1 is equal to I, which is nothing but minus I2, isn't it? So so I2 by V1 is equal to minus 1, and this is nothing but our Y21, right? Also, this is 2 ohm, and this is our V1, this is I1 from this circuit only. So V1 will be what? 2 into I1, isn't it? Because this I1 will not flow through this, only circulate in this direction. So I1 by V1 is equal to 1 by 2, which is 0.5, and this is nothing but I1 by V1 is nothing but our Y11, right? Now if V1 is equal to 0, if V1 is equal to 0, then circuit will become like this. Right, this will be I2, V2, this is 4 ohm, this is plus or minus 4V1, and this is 0.2 V2, this is 2 ohm, this is our V1, and this is I1. Now if I am making V1 is equal to 0, means we are short circuiting the input terminals, right? And in that case I1 will be what? This I1 will circulate in this path, right? Means I1 will become 0.2 V2, and from here I1 by V2 is equal to 0.2. Now this quantity I1 by V2 is what? I1 by V2 is what? Our Y12, right? And V2 is equal to, V2 will become what? 4 I2, because since we have made V1 is equal to 0, means we have short circuited the input terminal, and this is voltage dependent voltage source which is depending on V1. Since we have made V1 is equal to 0, so its value will become 0, and a voltage source with 0 value is represented as short circuited, right? right? So V2 will become nothing but 4I2, and from here I2 by V2 will become 1 by 4, means 0.25 ohm. And this I2 by V2 is nothing but our Y22. So our Y matrix is what? Y11 0.5, Y12 0.2, Y21 -1, and Y22 is 0.25. This is our Y matrix. Clear? Let's take another example. Right. The question is, consider this circuit whose Z parameter are 2.1, 0.6, 0.6 and 1.6. And this is 2 ohm load, half ampere current is this. This is plus or minus V2, and this is I2 current is entering the port 2. This is our input terminal, input port, and this is our current I1 entering to the port 1. Now the question is, for the load current of 0.5 ampere, find value of source V1, right? Means we have to find the value of this V1. Okay, now recall, in yesterday class we calculated the Z parameter of a standard T network. So in a reverse way, if a Z parameter is given, so we can represent this Z parameter by a T network. So can't we represent this Z by this network? Isn't it? Can you represent? Yes, obvious. This is ZA, this is ZB, this is ZC, right? And this is our 2 ohm, this is half ampere, this is our I2, this is our V2, this is I1, this is V1. So our task is to find ZA, ZB, ZC using this, right? Now recall, Z11 was what? Z11 was ZA plus ZB. Z12 and Z21 was nothing but ZB. So from here our ZB is what? Z12, which is nothing but 0.6, isn't it? Right? Now putting this ZB here, our ZA is what? Z11 minus ZB. Our Z11 is what? 2.1, and ZB is what? 0.6. So it is 1.5 ohm, right? We calculated ZB and ZA. Now recall, Z22 was what? Z22 was ZC plus ZB. From here our ZC is what? Z22 minus ZB. Our Z22 is 1.6, right, minus ZB. ZB is 0.6, from which this is 1 ohm. Now we have calculated ZA, ZB and ZC, means this circuit can be represented as ZB is 0.6, ZA is 1.5 and ZC is 1, right, and this is half ampere and this is 2 ohm, and this is our V1 and this is I1. Now since this is half ampere, this current will also flow through this. So if I say that this is V, so writing KVL in this loop, we will have minus V plus drop across this 1 volt 1 ohm multiplied by half ampere will become 0.5 plus half ampere multiplied by 2 ohm gives 1 ohm volt is equal to 0. So from here our V will be 1.5 volt, isn't it? Now if it is 1.5 volt, what will be this I? I will become 1.5 volt divided by 0.6, which is nothing but 2.5 ampere, right? Now see, this is 2.5 ampere, this is 0.5 ampere. This will be how much? This will be 3 ampere, isn't it? Because 2.5 plus 0.5 will become 3 ampere, right? Now writing KVL in this loop, we will have V1. So minus V1 plus 3 into 1.5 plus 2.5 into 0.6 is equal to 0, and from here our V1 will be 4.5 plus 1.5, which is nothing but 6 volt, and this is our answer. Clear? So these were the problems on Z parameters and Y parameters. In next lecture we will discuss H parameter and transmission parameter, that is ABCD parameters, right? Now I'm stopping here. Before stopping, I would like to request you to please like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.